Right, hello guys. The lighting is a bit whack because it's late at night, and anyways, as I always like to say, it's part of the vibe. And now you can see the whole princess vibe is down because it's nighttime and the mozzies come out to attack. Anywho's, this is more of like a bonus training slash video that came about to me as I was recording the loving the fuck out of yourself training. So I thought to do it anyways because yeah, it's all about the love and sharing the love. So today's one, it's really interesting because love is such an abstract thing, feeling, verb. See how abstract it is? If we really I guess if we really dive deep into what love really means, I think a lot of us see love as a form of emotion, as a form of like destination. It's like a success. It's like if I have got my if I have become the CEO of this company, if I have achieved 1 million by the time I'm 30, if I have checked this order list and I can find love, it's almost like it's like a checklist to check off, or an emotion that we're trying to get to. But how I see love, really, it's, I think, a feeling, and in the Love Without Labels video, I think I kind of gone a little bit more into like what I guess how love really is. But in this video, I want to share a few experiences of the feeling of love that is outside of a relationship that you have, whether it's with your parents, with your kids, with a partner, with a friend. Just how do you know if you are in love in a day-to-day life, and how can you really tap more into this feeling, because the feeling of love is really high vibration, right? So, and love is the fear is the absence of love. So the more love you feel, that is how fear disappears. So here is some of the examples on how I anchor myself to know in terms of where my love meter is. And just also to put it out there, like I don't always feel like love and light all the time. And now I think my love meter is probably about 70 to 80%. So I'm not like right there. And here are a few examples on how I know that that is just the pure feeling of love, or the expression of love. It's just this feeling where you can feel the energy like just bursting through your entire body, and you just feel your heart is so full, and you can feel yourself like just really genuinely like smiling and laughing from within. One of the biggest okay, actually I'm going to give you an example of how I know when I'm not embodying the frequency of love. So I was going through kind of like some integration, some healing stuff a couple of months ago here in Bali, and I was at the beach watching the sunset one of these evening, as you do. And I saw this, actually I saw two of them, two men were actually like, running, doing the beach run, and they both, two separate men at two separate occasions, were holding a bag, and they were picking up rubbish and plastics from the beach. And that is, I think that is something that is, this is one of the reasons why Bali is so beautiful, is that you really see people who truly care about the environment, that truly care about humanity, and they just do it. And this is also a great example of what unconditional looks like. And I was, I think, having a not so good day that day, and I look at it, I'm like, wow, that's really beautiful. That's it. And like I know it's like in my head, it's like that's such a beautiful thing to do. But I know I have seen such what's the word, selfless act before, and I could feel that that fullness in my heart. And I know that that is how I would feel if I am at my highest self and I wasn't feeling that way that day. So, and again, this is where self-acceptance comes in. Instead of feeling, fuck, why am I not feeling love? Well, I guess I'm not love. I guess I can't teach about love and acceptance now. No. Accept it for what it is. First of all, give myself a pat on my back and say, hey, good work. To identify that you gotta, start like drop the whatever struggle that you have in your head, whatever story that you have in your head, and start recalibrating to bring you back to the benchmark of where I want to be with love. And another example of what love really feels like was a couple of weeks ago. This is how I got this beautiful bracelet here. I mean, I don't really wear much jewelry these days because, yeah, girl, I got tats now. But there was this local lady that came up to me at the beach at sunset again. Seriously, guys, sunset is one of the most underrated like things that makes you super happy. And she just came up to talk to me, and she has the same name as my mom, so she was wearing a hat that says Kim, and we started talking. And I didn't really like, one of the things that I've also started doing is to not buy shit that I don't need, because I don't need to distract myself with unnecessary stuff. So but as I was talking to her, like, I think sometimes simple human connection, like the purest form of connection with no agenda, it's just pure human connection, was talking about it. And I was like, you know what, she has just started selling the accessories again, and there's no tourist, and it's something that I want to give back to the island. So I bought 2 bracelets from her, and then we just got on talking, and she actually saw a ring that I had, and she wanted it. And I was like, it's one of my favorite rings, but also, if this is going to make her a lot happier, then why not? So I gave her that, and just that simple interaction that I had, there's this like heartfelt feeling of like, wow, like you just have so much to give to the world. And after that, I was walking by the beach, like there's just this energy that flows through. It's just like fucking like nothing else in the world matters. And with that, coupled with an incredible sunset, really, I just felt so happy, so joyful, so grateful. It's just this feeling that literally your whole body and your heart is filled with love. And this is one of the reasons why I'm so keen to put this program out there as well, is that this is a feeling that we should all be feeling every single day. And it doesn't take a lot. And another example is like one of the things that really makes me very happy, and I think that that's a feeling of love and joy, is that when I come home at night and I get off the bike, take off my helmet and look up into the sky, and when I see a sky full of stars, again, that thing, like nature, like the sun, the moon, the stars, really give me that feeling of love. And I think the feeling of love comes when you're just so comfortable and accepting of who you are that every little things just lights your soul out. Does this make sense? Because sometimes I try to explain it or try to express it, and it's hard to come out with words, but that is a kind of feeling that I am hoping and I want all of you to receive as you work through this program, because it is truly a beautiful feeling. I mean, I have shit days just like you guys. I sometimes wake up feeling like fuck. When you wake up from the wrong side of the bed, but that doesn't mean that doesn't cancel out any of these beautiful moments in your life. And I think that that's something that I want you to remember as well, is that sure, like life goes on, there are shitty emotions, there are up and downs, that is just a flow of life, but don't forget those little things that you just feel so much love. And like what we spoke about before is that a lot of us see love as an emotion to chase, as an expectations and attachment from someone. But what if we are just like an expression of love? What if love is already like readily available to us if we simply allow it to be? So yeah, so that is, so the here is the little challenge and exercise for you. If you're in the mood, it's like think, feel into it. What does love feel to you? Does love feel like you get to be who you are in front of a person? Does love means that you get to be playful and just be all that you are? Because that is also what love means to me. And you know, one of the things I realized is like a form of love is when I get to just be my silliest version of myself, when I just get to be like a goofball in front of someone and not having to care, and I just have this light that I just want to give everyone. That is also a form of love. And this is also an example of like unconditional love, and you love without expectations. You just want to spread it to people, the light, you just want to like give it. And it almost feels like these like moving ball of like light within your heart that just wants to expand and explode out, and you just want to spread it to the world. So these are a few of the examples that I can really think of right now. Actually, another one as well is I know that is also a form of feeling of love, because of a lot of how do I say, because of the conflicts, or there was a lot of misunderstanding that I had with one of my sisters. And so there were a lot of resentment that was built up from my end because of because of the responsibility that I had to take. That's a whole story on its own. But that, again, that was how I knew that I have so much love to give, is, you know, as I heal through a lot of my own problem, as I work through a lot of my own self-worth issue, as I work through a lot of the need to stop proving myself to receive love. I remember one of the interaction that I had with that sister of mine is that all I wanted to do is just to really hold her, to guide her, to just want to give her all the love. And again, you know, like I don't want to just paint the love and light picture and just, you know, say that just focus on love and light and the rest will be fine. Know that that was, I think, one or twice that happened, and there's still moments where it's neutral, but it's no longer resentment, but it's neutral. It's not like right up here. So I guess the idea is to not focus so much on trying to chase that feeling of love, but who do you need to be? How can you be love? How can you express more love into your life as you learn to, you know, as you have experienced more feeling of love, then you know, once you know how it feels, you want to keep feeling love. I mean, once you have experienced a good orgasm, that would be your goal to go to, right? So, but then you're not trying to have orgasms 24/7. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea, but you get what I mean. The idea of this practice is to really tap into your body, tap into your heart, tap into your soul, and ask yourself, what does love feels like? And this is really interesting because in my past relationships, I don't think I have felt this kind of love, and despite all the I love yous that we said to each other, the question is that really love, or is it a form of like language that we use to try to keep each other bondage to what we think we need, as opposed to just allow love to flow freely through us, because we are all love, but we just have to allow it, we just have to express it and share it with the world. So what I want you to think about in today's journal entry is to what does love feels like for you. You know, think about those moments where you feel like your heart is so filled with love, like your heart is about to explode with unicorns, sparkles, and you just want to share it and sprinkle it with everyone around you. You know, one of those days, every time you feel that, write it down in your journal, because the more you anchor yourself to that kind of feelings, that's how you slowly up level yourself, and that's how you up level your vibrational frequency. And I just realized the camera is a bit wacko, so you know, it is what it is. Yeah, so that's a little energetic speech that I have. But yeah, in all seriousness though, I think that it will be very interesting and it'll be very helpful for you to keep a love diary on every time you felt this like explosion of light and pure bliss through your body, and write down, why did you feel that way? And trust me, there's going to be one moment where you look up to the skies, you see the beautiful stars, and your heart just goes, oh my, like, I was trying to be dramatic, but you know what I mean. Or sometimes it could just be the first taste of a freshly brewed coffee in bed in the morning. Wish you all the love that you can get, and catch you in my next training.